Hey guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel for the ASI Food Pantry at Sacramento State. Today I'm going to show you how to make a chickpea curry over cilantro-lime rice. Let's get started. Here's a few items that you'll need to complete this recipe. It might look like a lot, but trust me, it's going to be worth it. 1 to 2 cups of your favorite rice. Now if you don't like cilantro, you can leave this out, but 2 tablespoons of chopped cilantro, 1 package of Thai basil, 3 tablespoons of curry paste. Now if you like a less spicier curry, go for the Thai Kitchen brand. But if you're like me and enjoy a spicier curry, pick up a can of the Maizuri red curry paste. It works great here. You're also going to need 1 can of garbanzo beans, 2 tablespoons of your favorite tomato paste, 1 can of coconut milk, 1 package of extra firm tofu, 1 tablespoon of minced garlic or 2 garlic cloves, 1 cup of baby spinach, and 1 cup or 8 ounces of veggie broth. For the vegetables, you'll need 1 cup of butternut squash, 1 small onion, 1 red bell pepper, and 1/2 a lime. Start by pressing your tofu. This means putting it between 2 paper towels and putting something heavy on top to get out as much water as possible. Next, start on prepping your butternut squash. Take your time with this part. The squash tends to be a little hard to slice through if it's your first time. Take a vegetable peeler and go ahead and remove all the skin until you see the darker orange flesh come through, getting out as much white as you can. Next, slice it open and scoop out all the seeds. You're going to be left with some nice clean pieces just like this. Next, take your time and slice through your butternut squash, making easy rings. They don't need to be pretty, just enough to be the same size so they cook evenly. Next, slice each ring into small, bite-sized cubes, perfect for curry. Take your red bell pepper, slice off the top and the bottom ends, and discard these or save them for stock. Slice straight down through the bell pepper and kind of unwrap it like you see here. Next, take your knife and gently move along the flesh of the bell pepper, removing the core and any of the extra white that you see. Cut your bell pepper into 4 equal pieces. Next, take those pieces and cut them into long rectangular cuts, followed by easy bite-sized pieces. Next, cut straight through your onion, through the root, and peel it. Once you peel it, go ahead and slice off the root end of the onion, turning your onion and cutting along the onion lines to create nice slices. Next, grab your Thai basil and go ahead and remove each leaf from the stem. We don't need the stems here for this recipe. Once you've done that, take your Thai basil leaves and kind of stack them up on top of each other. Go ahead, roll them up, and use your knife in order to chiffonade or thinly slice through each Thai basil leaf. This takes a while, but it's definitely worth it. At this point, we're going to go ahead and check on our tofu. What you should notice is that the paper towels should be pretty wet from the excess water that was removed by pressing it. This changes the texture of the tofu in order to make it easier to absorb any marinade that we cook it in. Next, take your tofu block and begin slicing it through to make small rectangular cuts. Take those rectangular cuts and cut those in half, followed by dicing into perfect bite-sized pieces for curry. Now we can start cooking. Take 1 tablespoon or so of your favorite vegetable oil and add it to a small Dutch oven or stock pot over medium-high heat. Add in your sliced onions, and don't forget to season with salt and pepper. Give it a quick stir and put a lid on it. At this point, we're not really looking for color, we're just looking to make the onions soft. After about 5 minutes, go ahead and check on the onions. They should have a tiny bit of color at the bottom of the pot. This is perfect. Go ahead and add in your diced red bell pepper and give it a good stir. Add the lid back on and continue cooking for about 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, remove the lid and check on your vegetables. They should be looking a little bit like this. With a spoon, go ahead and make a well inside the middle of the vegetables and add in your curry paste. Next, add in your tomato paste. This makes it easier for these things to be incorporated into the vegetables. Once you've added those in, go ahead and break up your curry and tomato paste while continuously stirring in order to get everything melded together. After about a minute or so of continual stirring, it should look something like this. Put the lid back on and continue cooking for about 5 minutes. After about 5 minutes, go ahead and add in your vegetable broth. Now, you can take your time when doing this. Slowly add in the broth while continuously stirring. What you're trying to do is dissolve all the tomato paste and the curry paste evenly so there's not many big lumps left over. It might take a while to do this. Once you get about half the broth added in, it's okay to go ahead and pour the rest in. Make sure to take care when doing this part, scraping up any little bits at the bottom of the pan that you might see. After this is done, go ahead and grab your can of coconut milk and slowly add it to the pot while stirring. Again, you're going to want to take your time doing this. Make sure to stir, picking up any little bits of curry and tomato paste that may remain on the sides and the bottom of the pot. Don't forget to add in your garlic. Once this is done, add in your drained and rinsed garbanzo beans. Give it a good stir. Next, add in 1 cup of your prepared butternut squash. At this point, take care to ensure each piece of butternut squash is underneath the liquid. Put the lid back on and cook for about 15 to 20 minutes. You can use a fork to test the doneness of the butternut squash. If the fork slides in with no resistance, then you know it's ready. At this point is the perfect time to add in your tofu. Now, take care when you're stirring tofu to make sure that you don't break it. Also, we're just heating the tofu through, so go ahead and make sure that each piece is underneath the curry liquid and submerged. Throw the lid back on and continue cooking for an additional 5 to 10 minutes and we are done. Doesn't that look great, you guys? Next, take your prepared rice and add in 1 or 2 splashes of lime wedges, depending on your taste. Also, you're going to want to add in your 2 tablespoons of chopped cilantro. You can skip this part, like I said, if you're not a cilantro fan. Go ahead and mix up your rice thoroughly. Almost looks like one of those famous chain restaurants, huh? Now we are ready to start serving. Next, with your curry off the heat, add in the Thai basil and the spinach leaves. We do this off the heat in order to not cook those things, but just to wilt them slightly. The residual heat from the pot does a great job at doing this. Also, it ensures that our greens don't lose their vibrant green color. After you add those things in, give your curry a good stir. Doesn't this look beautiful, you guys? It's going to taste even better. Now we're ready to eat. Take a couple spoonfuls of your cilantro-lime rice and add it to the plate, followed by a big helping of the curry and the curry sauce. This is great for entertaining as well. And there you have it, easy chickpea curry over cilantro-lime rice. I had a great time showing you guys this recipe, and I hope you can try it out for yourselves. Thank you guys so much for joining us and learning how to make chickpea curry over cilantro-lime rice. Look for more recipes coming to you from the ASI Food Pantry at Sacramento State.